Good morning. It is 8 a.m. on Wednesday, January 20th, and I am recording on my new webcam that I got at the advice of my Irish gentleman. It is a Logitech, um, let me read the box to you, C920 Logitech HD Pro webcam. And I'm a little not 100% comfortable with it, because I'm used to just talking into my phone, which I think I might have mentioned. I jankily propped up on my monitors because I'm such a professional. No, but really, I totally now I'm legit. I have a webcam. Serious business. There's nothing serious business about me. I'm the most ridiculous human on the planet. It kind of autofocuses a lot, which is annoying. I'm not quite sure I enjoy the autofocusing, and I don't know how distracting it is, so I apologize in advance. Things I was going to talk to you today that were not about my webcam were: one, I finished that Flunked book, Flunked Fairy Tale Reform School book. Um, the twist at the end was not that twisty. It was very pat. It was very predictable. Things happened pretty much exactly as I thought they were going to happen. Um, it wasn't a bad read. It was definitely an easy read. I didn't get as into the characters, but I guess I've outgrown that spunky, misinformed or misunderstood adolescent phase. I just wanted to kind of smack the lead character and be like, "You're being a total brat right now. Things suck and you do have legitimate grievances, but instead of helping with the situation, you are just adding to your family's suffering. There are other things you could have done to alleviate the situation." The Her main premise is that her father's shoemaking business has gone downhill since Cinderella's godmother has a patent on the glass slippers that he invented. So he invented them, but Cinderella gave the rights to them to her fairy godmother after she came into power. So then this chickie has a grievance against royals, and she also has this mentality of, well, I'm just going to have to steal to get by, and I will steal food for my family. And I can sort of kind of understand that. That's how she ends up in fairy tale reform school. But there are a million different things you could do other than be a pickpocket because your father's business went downhill. There are other things you could do. Um, which eventually she comes around to thinking, oh, being a pickpocket is taking the easy way out, and I need to actually work for things. And there's character development, and I can understand what they're doing. But the first half of the book, I just really wanted to roll my eyes a lot and be like, you're a brat and you deserve to be in reform school, and I don't feel bad for you and I don't feel sympathy for you, and I think you're just being really obnoxious. And they could have put you in jail, but instead they put you in reform school, so you should be grateful because I am a grown adult and not a misunderstood angsty teenager or young adult. I can definitely see my young adult self really having identified with this character and the shady hand life dealt her. So it wasn't a bad book. It was well written, and I did pre-order the second in the series, and I will read it. It just wasn't oh my god, amazing! Everyone should run out and read it. Some books are, where I become evangelical of that book, and I tell everybody that they should own it. Kind of like Hamilton. Have you heard Hamilton? If you haven't heard Hamilton, go listen to Hamilton. It's amazing. Evangelical of Hamilton. What else did I want to talk to you about? Ooh, really rude people on the train. Today was a day full of really rude people on the train. I got on the train and some lady was listening to YouTube videos, not in her earbuds, just playing them, and they were self-help Christian YouTube videos for how to strengthen your marriage. And I was like, oh, lady, okay, I get what you're doing, but earbuds, they're not that expensive. And then after she watched 3 or 4 of these kind of sad videos, she then started playing a Christian playlist really loud. And at that point, I was like, my own earbuds are going in. I'm turning up my volume. I'm no longer going to try to read because I cannot focus because of this woman's music noise and her noise pollution on the train. And then in a bizarre turn of events, her playlist started playing super janky, like kind of ghetto, let's get down, have sex video songs. Like, I don't know how it morphed from Christian to like, girl, you so sexy, I want up on it, back to Christian, back to girl, you so sexy, I want on it. And I was like, this is a very bizarre playlist. Is this a YouTube playlist? Because it doesn't make sense to me. Is this your own personal playlist? Because that might make a little bit more sense, but like, it doesn't unless you're on random. But like, how many Christian songs do you have on your phone to be interspersed with like booty call music? I don't know. Anyways, so that chickie kind of drove me insane the entirety of my first train trip. And then my second train trip was a very lovely lady who, she looked really nice. She had a very sweet sounding voice. She's speaking some language I don't recognize. And I recognize most of them, so I'm not quite sure which one it was, but she had a lovely accent, lovely voice. But she talked. Again, she sat across from me in the four-seater, and I'm trying to read, and she's having a full-blown conversation the entirety of my ride down the coast, which, I mean, you're on a train. You're not in your car. You're not in your home. You're in a train. There are a ton of other people around you. I would love to play my own music really loud and not have to wear earbuds because they irritate my ears. But I'm not going to do that. And I'm not going to yap on my phone at somebody. If somebody calls me when I'm on the train, I don't answer the phone call at all. I'll send a text being like, I'm sorry, I'm on the train. I'll talk to you later. Of course, in my own instance, I hate talking on the phone, like with passion. So it doesn't really upset me too greatly to have to say, sorry, I can't talk on the phone right now, because I hate talking on the phone. So maybe that's not the best example, but it's just inconsiderate. It's just inconsiderate. People are trapped in their seats. Nobody has a choice to leave. It's not like you're a captive audience there and you should respect that. You don't want other people being loud and inconsiderate in your space, so you shouldn't be loud and inconsiderate in their space. The end. There you go. There's my little bit of a tiny rant this morning, which is totally all about rude people on trains and books, because always books. And I'm back to I finished that Flunked book, so I'm back to reading about opiate addiction in America. Super exciting. It's like so depressing. It's so depressing. I'm learning a lot and I am enjoying the subject matter, but it's so depressing that I can't read it for hardly more than a half hour. And then I'm like, okay, set it aside, find something else, go back to my happy place. You do not need to be dreary about opiate addiction right now. I've spent a lot of the last year dreary about opiate addiction because of the drama in my family. Anyway, I actually have a lot of work to do today, so I am going to sign off here. I am going to go work out, and then I'm going to do my work. I hope all of you have wonderful Wednesdays.